Okay, we are starting with page 8 in the yellow packet now. You need to have completed the video prior to this on pages 6 and 7 and checked all of your answers with the PowerPoint that's on Schoology prior to doing this. So if you have not done that, pause the video, go back, double check all your answers, ask any questions to Senora Rude that you have or to a partner before moving on. It's only going to get more difficult from here. So double check all your answers, ask questions now, then come back and do this if you're confused. All right, page 8, placement rules. In Espanol, the DOP goes before the conjugated verb. So compro is a conjugated verb. We would put it right before it. Lo compro. It can also go attached to the end of an infinitive. So voy a llamarte works attached right on the end, no space, or you could still put it before the conjugated verb, which is voy. Te voy a llamar. The easy way to remember this, one verb, one option. Two verbs, two options. One verb would be just a conjugated verb, lo compro. Two verbs would be a verbal phrase, like voy a llamar, tengo que llamar, puedo llamar. Okay, all of those things where we have two verbs in a row, that's a verbal phrase, in which case you can put it before the conjugated verb in front of voy or attached right on the end of the infinitive. The third case is with an action, and it goes the ando yendo. You might remember these from last year. It has two verbs, so it's going to have how many places that you can put it? Two. Two verbs, two options. So you could put it in front of the conjugated verb, which is estoy, los estoy mirando, or you could put it at the end, estoy mirándolos, attached right on the end of the ando yendo ending. When you do this, you have to add an accent. Now, don't be too afraid. It's pretty easy. It goes on the vowel right before the ndo. So if you're looking at this, mirando, okay, the vowel, the letter right before the ndo is the A. So it's always going to be either on the A or on the E. Not too tough. The last possible reason or place we would put it is on a command. A command is only one verb, so we only have one option of where to put it. Therefore, it gets attached on the end. It's a little weird. Okay? There's an example here. It says, mírame, look at me. All right? This one's a little harder. It's got an accent on it, and what you need to do is you're going to cover up the me with your finger and then count two syllables back. Okay? So if you count out the word mira and you clap it, you would go mira. There's two syllables, so going two syllables back is going to be on the I. Okay? For a longer word, you would have to count out those syllables, like pretend you had a long llámame, okay? Call me, all right? Llama, two back, you'd have to put it on the first A. We're not going to work a whole ton. We're going to do a little practice with this, okay? We're going to work more with putting it on the end of a command next chapter. So this chapter, I'm just showing you all the rules. We're going to work a little bit with each. And next chapter, we'll focus in more on attaching things and adding accents. All right. It says rewrite the sentence using the DOP. Let's do the first one together. Luisa compra café con leche. I want you to underline the direct object pronoun. It would be café con leche, not just café. Café would be just saying coffee. Café con leche is saying coffee with milk. The milk is describing the coffee. It's not a separate thing. Okay? So we're going to underline the whole thing and replace it. We would end up saying, Luisa lo compra. Café is masculine and singular. Complete the following two and check your answers with the Schoology packet. Now we're moving on to the translating section. Enrique wears it, the jacket. All right, now we need to write this out. Actually, I'll run back for a second, let you look at those answers quick. Go ahead, pause the video there and check your answers. Translating, Enrique wears it, the jacket. The verb to wear, llevar, jacket, la chaqueta. Enrique la lleva. Go ahead, pause the video, do the next two. Here are your answers. You begin it, the test. Tú lo empiezas or tú lo comienzas, depending on which verb. They mean the same thing. I prefer them, the shirts. Yo las prefiero. Práctica. In these sentences, you've got to do quite a few things. Okay? You need to do a wavy line under the verb, parentheses around the subject, box the direct object, and then finally rewrite the sentence using a direct object, replacing the direct object with a direct object pronoun. Let's look at número uno. You got a lot to do here. Esta mañana tú hiciste la cama antes de venir a la escuela. All right, so the hard part is there's a long sentence. You got to pick out what's the one thing you need to replace. So I've got the whole sentence here, and I have done my boxing. Okay, I did my wavy line. Oh, looks like I forgot to do my parentheses. My parentheses should be around tú. Esta mañana tú, with parentheses, hiciste la cama antes de venir a la escuela. Don't get confused about the other things. Remember, the direct object is the thing that receives the action. Okay, so if you were to say this sentence in English, it says, this morning you made the bed before going to school. Okay, ask yourself if you're ever confused, what's the DOP in here? Ask yourself the question, what's the action, and then what's receiving the action. So in this sentence, you made, all right, what did you make? Answer would be the bed. That's going to be your direct object. That's the one you want to replace. So that being said, la cama, singular, feminine, and we only have one verb. Hiciste is a conjugated verb, so we only have one option of where to put it. Therefore, we need to write, esta mañana tú la hiciste antes de venir a la escuela. Notice that the subject comes, then the direct object pronoun, and finally the verb. Nothing can come between that direct object pronoun and the verb. So the tú is going to come first, then the la, then the hiciste. Let's do número dos together too. En el consultorio del dentista, él examinó la boca del paciente. So underline your verb, put parentheses around your subject, box your direct object. If you've done all those things, it should look something like, en el consultorio del dentista, él, parentheses, examinó, underlined, la boca del paciente. Now, you are going to box the whole phrase, la boca del paciente. Okay? The mouth of the patient. Of the patient is describing the mouth. Therefore, it's basically like an adjective and needs to be going on the end of it. So if you were to say it in English, okay, in the dentist office, he examined the patient's mouth. In English, we wouldn't just say he examined it, patient's, okay? You would keep patients and mouth together. You would say he examined it. So we're going to now replace la boca del paciente with a DOP. One verb here, examinó, therefore we only have one place we can put it, right in front of the conjugated verb. We're going to end up with a sentence saying, en el consultorio del dentista, él la examinó. Take some time now to go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and make sure that you're doing all the steps, the underlining, the parentheses, the boxing, rewriting the whole thing, not just doing an arrow and being chintzy, okay? Use your resources to help you, okay? At this point, you might want to talk to a partner, clarify, work together. Also a great idea to ask Senora rude questions during this time. She knows that you are going to be having questions for her, and she has taught this many times before. So please ask her questions if you're confused at all, so that we can get you the help that you need. All right, go ahead, pause the video. You will need to be checking your answers right there on Schoology. When you get to page 9, we'll start a new video.